a person charged with a criminal offense shall be given adequate time and facilities for the preparation of his or her defense. I observe that at the commencement of this hearing, the accused confirmed to the court that he had interacted with the 2 lawyers that had been assigned to him at the expense of the state. The accused and his 2 lawyers also confirmed to this court that they had got full disclosures of the evidence the prosecution intended to rely on. The accused person personally confirmed that his lawyers had discussed with him the disclosures. The accused person, who is also legally represented by 2 lawyers, has sat in court throughout the proceedings in which the evidence of the 18 witnesses for the prosecution was taken. I have observed the accused person as the witnesses were giving evidence, and I am satisfied that he was accurately and keenly following the proceedings. When this case broke off to allow him to consult his lawyers regarding the options for his defense, they returned and informed the court that he needs the court recordings and more time. However, he later said to the court that he is in a position to give a sworn testimony. I am satisfied that he has been accorded adequate time and facilities to be able to defend himself. Nevertheless, I will give him 1 more hour to fully compose himself and organize himself to come and give his defense. Regarding the witnesses, the accused asked to check for their particulars from the forms which had been already admitted as exhibits under Exhibit PX 17A, and specifically a form labeled X12, X-12, X-8, and 1-5. After the forms were powered, the accused scrolled through and wrote on a piece of paper the 4 witnesses he intends to call in his defense. I will not mention the names, but he's given us the names of the 4 witnesses he intends to call and their telephone contacts. However, I note that the accused has not provided the physical addresses of the named witnesses, so the registrar of this court will use the telephone numbers that the accused person has availed to reach out to these witnesses so that they are able to come and give evidence for the accused person. I now will stand over this matter to 3:15, when the accused person will be expected to give his sworn testimony.
Abakkiriza tugamba nti this is the day that the Lord has made. Luno lwe lunaku Omukama Katonda lwatuteekedde obulungi era lukedde bulungi. Ennaku z'omwezi ziri 24, olunaku lwa 5 omwaka 2026. Kakati ziri ennaku 22 bukyanga Okello alumirizibwa okubeera nga ate ye yali emabega w'ettemu eryatta abaana ettemu lino libeerawo. Kitegeeza nti kati ziri ennaku 22 bukyanga abazadde b'abaana 4 baziika abaana baabwe oba abaana baabwe bava mu bulamu obw'ensi eno. Wabula ennaku ezo zigenze okutuuka ng'omutemu omutuufu tannalangirirwa kkooti, wabula ng'omujulizi omukulu oba ateeberezebwa okubeera nga yali emabega w'ettemu ye waali. Tumaze ennaku ezigenda mu nnaku 14 bukyanga kkooti etandika okuwulira omusango guno n'okuwulira obujulizi okuva ku luuyi oluwaabi mu lunyiriri lw'amateeka lwe tuyita prosecution. Era abajulizi abawera 18 be basimbiddwa mu maaso g'omulamuzi Komuhangi, era bwe batyo ne bajulira mu ngeri ez'enjawulo mwe balumiririza omukulu ono okuba nga ye yali emabega w'ettemu eryaviirako abaana 4 okuva mu bulamu obw'ensi eno. Ng'Abaganda bwe bagamba nti tosala gwa kawala nga towulidde gwa kalenzi. Oludda lwa kawala lumaze ebbanga nga lwogera. Olunaku olwaleero ke kaseera okuwulira ku ludda lwa kalenzi ko kagamba ki. Kirungi kubanga kigenda kutuyamba okwongera okukasiza ddala obujulizi obutuweereddwa. Ekyo nno kijja kusinziira ku bigambo ebigenda okuva mu Okello olunaku olwaleero bw'anaabanga akyasimbye ku bigambo bye yatuwadde olunaku olw'eggulo. Era mu mbeera eyo waliwo ebintu bingi ebigenda okuba nga byebuuzibwa. Okello bw'aba ng'akyali ku kirayiro kye oba ku bigambo bye bye yategeeza kkooti nti emisango tagimanyiiko, atuuka atya mu kifo ekyo mu kaseera kennyini ng'abaana battibwa? Bw'aba naye abaana yeekanga beekange, yalaba ki? Lwaki endagabutonde ye yeetobeka ku naddala ku kissi ekyajja abaana bano mu bulamu obw'ensi eno? Ebizibiti ebigenze bizuulibwa mu maka ge okuli n'obuwambe bwali bwa mulimu ki? Google searches ezaakebeddwa, was it a coincidence? Yali ayina nteekateeka ki yali ateeseteese okukola? Searches ze yali akola mu masomero, yali anoonyeza mwana ssomero? Lwaki yamaliriza asazeewo okumuleeta ku lino of all schools? Ebyo bye bimu bye tusuubira bye tulina okuwulira olunaku olwaleero. Twagala kulaba abajulizi abana Okello be yawadde kkooti olunaku olw'eggulo, era bw'atyo n'omulamuzi n'alagira Registrar wa kkooti enkulu okukontakitinga abantu abo baafunise. Bwe baba baafunise bakkiriza okujja mu maaso g'omulamuzi okusobola okuwa obujulizi. Bwe bakkiriza okujja okuwa obujulizi, bagenda kuwa bujulizi kika ki? Buwolereza Okello oba bwongera kunnyika Okello? Ensonga nnyingi ze tugenda okuba nga tutambulirako olwaleero, naye mwasuze mutya abassebo ne bannyabo abatulaba? Yonna gye muwangaalira ku mutimbagano guno ogwa Seymour Official, njagala kubeebaza. Mwebala kubanga ate mutwegasseeko entakera buli bw'olaba nga notification yenezze n'ogenda mu maaso okubira nga ate otulaba. Olunaku olwaleero tulowooza nti tunaatera okutuuka ku ntikko ey'okugoberera omusango guno. Okello bw'anaamala okutuwa oludda lwe, tulowooza nti omulamuzi agenda kugatta ebivudde ku ludda oluwaabi n'ebinaava ku ludda luno. Olwo atuule agatte okusobola okuggyamu amazima ag'enkomeredde, era ng'amazima ag'enkomeredde ago osanga ge gagenda okuwa justice eri abazadde b'abaana abaviibwako abaana baabwe n'omusaayi gw'abaana abato abaali bakyayina essuubi ne future mu bulamu obw'ensi eno okufuna justice. Kale osanga tunaatandika okwogera ekigambo kya rest in peace nga tukitegeeza okuva ku ntobo y'emitima gyaffe. N'olunaku olwaleero tukomyewo okubeera nga ate tutuuka mu bitundu eby'eggaba ensonga zino gye zibadde zitabira okuva ku lunaku olwatandika. Tuzzeeyo ate eggaba okusobola okubeera nga ate tusobola okugoberera ensonga zino okuva ku lunaku lwe zaatandika. I understand expectations nnyingi okuva mu mmwe bannamungi b'omuntu abagoberedde ensonga. Ensonga eno weba tekutteeko si musango gwo, naye kyewuunyisa. Lwaki? Nti buli muntu yenna eyo gy'awangaalira atannabazaala abateekerateekera, era buli w'omusanga mu bigambo by'aggamba n'ayadde okuzaala obwana bwange nga niko wendi sobola obbukuliza mu bulamu obulungi. Abataalinda mbeera kutereera ng'abamu ku ffe twazaala Katonda ayambe ninga naffe bwe twefubako. Kyova olaba buli ku makya tuvaayo ewaka okujja okukola ate ne tuddayo tubasange gye twabalese. Kakati bw'obanga oli eno gy'otobera gy'okolera ne bakugamba nti waliwo abaana abatemeddwa ne baba tebali mu disitulikiti gy'owangaaliramu, ne baba tebali ku kyalo ky'owangaaliramu, kikuleetera olumu emmeemu okwennyika kubanga ojjukira akaana ko kewaleka n'olinnya ennyonyi n'ogenda wakadaama, kewalinnya ennyonyi n'okaleka n'ogenda mu Bulaaya mu muzira mu mbeera z'obudde ezitategeerekeka. So kyemaŋŋambye nti emboozi eno bw'eba nga tekukutteeko guyinza obutaba musango gwo naye kyewuunyisaamu kubanga ffenna lyekkubo, obuzadde ffenna lyekkubo kulinga kufa, kigaana bugaanyi olumu naye n'oyo gwe kigaanye era asigala agezaako kubanga kya butonde Katonda kyagenda mu maaso okubeera nga ffenna atusigira. So olunaku olwaleero tetumanyi kigenda kuva sayidi ezeeyo. Feedback okutandika n'olunaku olwaleero, expectations nnyingi nnyo abantu ze musuubira ezigenda okubeera mu kkooti olunaku olwaleero. Okusinziira ku kifaananyi ekiriyo essaawa zino, kkooti yamaze dda okubeera nga ate eteekebwateekebwa. Enjuyi zombi essatu we zirina okutuula bwe ziri. Bwe njogera ku njuyi essatu, njogera ku luuyi lwa prosecution era nga wakulemberwa omukulu Muwaganya Chief State Anthony. Sayidi eno ate oludda olwa defense ne lukulemberwa omukulu wammwe oyo yaani bannaye? Lwaki erinnya ly'omukulu limva mutwe? Yaani Lawrence? Wamma mumumpe mu comment section. Erinnya ly'omusajja nedda ssebo. Banga lyokoleddwa omusango naawe omusajja omwerabidde. Linnya lyani bannaye? Wamma mumumpe wano nga sinneeyongerayo. Bamumpaddeko nedda wano. Akumbuga. So n'oludda olwa defense olukulemberwa omukulu Akumbuga nalwo lwamaze dda okuba nga teruseetingibwa. Side omuvunaana waatuula akaguli weekali olwo ne side ow'ekitiibwa omulamuzi waatuula nawo ne wamaliriza okuba nga waseetingibwa. Kakati ekibulayo ze njuyi ezo okuva yonna gye ziri okujja okutuula mu bifo byazo olwo omusango gutandike okutojjera. Ebigenda okuva sayidi ezeeyo, nze naawe my friend we cannot tell not until nga tumaze okulaba ku bigenda mu maaso. Kale kakati usually ntera nnyo okubafunako ntera nnyo okwagala okubafuna ku mukutu ogwa WhatsApp. Enamba yaffe ey'endowooza zaffe ebeera 0779075532 0779075032. Osobolera ddala okuba nga ate oweerezaako audio yo sinakindi n'okuba WhatsApp call ate embeera n'ebeera ng'etuuka. Naye nga currently embeera nga bw'eri ye omuvunaanwa amaze okubeera nga ate atuuka mu kaguli ke ne namungi w'omusirikale amutambulirako okusobola okumakinga sure nti nno ali safe kubanga siraamu kirowoozo nti balowooza nti anadduka. Okimanyi kiti is on record. Okello ye musibe yekka gw'osobola okuleka nga taliiko amukuuma n'adduka okunoonya abamu. Omanyi abadde awo gaakirowoozaako nti omusibe singa afuna omukisa ng'ali mu nsati n'empale ye ebya yero n'abamuwala bambala white ndoza ba white babafulumya, n'obaako w'omuleka n'azuuka buzukusi nga ali mu masanganzira wonna anoonya ngeri gy'amyanya kudduka kugenda aba finally freedom yagifunye kugenda kutetenga yagamba owaayo baba neerabidde oba kikyo n'ekyabadde okanziruke. Naye Okello singa olunaku lukya buki bwe ruti ng'ali mu uniform ye ey'ekkumi ne yeesanga ng'ali mu kisaawe nga tewali musirikale, ye musibe yekka ayinza okusulabibwako ng'adduka abuuza abamulagira munnagirire ekkomera bwe riri, kirabika nabuze kubanga yandibanga yeetaaga abamukuuma okusinga abakuuma bemwetaaga. So omuwendo gw'abakuuma Okello gwo mungi just to make sure that he is safe. Tomanya abantu ensonga eno yabakoma ku mitima. So omuntu asobola okuva mu audience n'amugwa mu bulago ate obulamu talina bungi. So akati abamukuuma bamukumirwako bangi. So olunaku olwaleero enteekateeka bwetyo bweri. Nga bwe tulinda ow'ekitiibwa omulamuzi osobola okuba nga ate onterayo 1 or 2 3 messages ate ne tubeera nga tuyitamu mpolampola osanga kino atuyamba okubeera nga ate tutandika olunaku nga ntegedde what are your expectations olunaku olwaleero Okello alina okutunula mu maaso g'omulamuzi okumuwa olugero lwa side ye, his side of the story. What exactly happened? Kiki ekyaliwo? What exactly happened? Kiki ekyaliwo? Omulamuzi yatuwadde options zaabadde 3 sinakimenya. Option ekyoka, Okello yayinza okusalirawo ddala n'agamba nti kansirike sigenda kunyiga kigambo, olwo omulamuzi n'akozesa obujulizi obuleeteddwa prosecution okuweeyinga, then neyeesalirawo nga ye okugamba nti wadde ngono teyeewulirizaawo naye obujulizi obwo baleese nafu okusobola kukakasa mutemu n'amunyereza. Asobola okuyimirira n'akwata ekisabo ekitukuvu kyonna kyakkiririzaamu n'alayira okubuulira kkooti amazima ameereere. Era mu mbeera eyo bw'amala okukwata bayibuli ye n'alayira okugamba kkooti amazima ameereere, mu kaguli awo waatambulidde ebbanga lyonna avaawo n'adda ku luuyi luli bannaffe ababadde bawa obujulizi bwe badde bayimiriranga, olwo n'agenda mu maaso okubeera ng'ate atandika okuwa obujulizi. Era mu nkola eyo looya we Akumbuga y'aba alina okumubuuza, wabula ate era muwaganya Chief State Attorney aba alina naye okuweebwa omukisa okukola kye tuyita cross examination, okusobola okuba ng'ate abuuza Okello mu ebyo by'aba ayogedde. Engola endala ayinza obutakaata kitabo kitukuvu kulayira, era awo waayimiridde oba waatudde tavaawo, asinziira awo n'atuwa sayidi y'olugero lwe nga bwe byali. Era bw'aba talayidde kkooti tewabaawo amubuuza, aba yeevuga yekka, abeera mu oto. Wabula yo kkooti kyekola ewandiika buwandiise ebyo by'aba ayogedde, then negera n'ebikompeyalinga n'obujulizi bwaleetebwa against him. Okategedde bulungi. Then option endala osobola okuleeta abajulizi bo abasobola okubeera nga bagenda mu maaso okujulira. Kakati okusinziira ku lwe twasembye nakyo olunaku olw'eggulo, Okello yasabye oweekitiibwa omulamuzi akkirize tagenda kukwata kitabo kitufu kulayira, wabula kyagenda okukola agenda kuleeta abajulizi, era bwe gati amannya olunaku olw'eggulo yagawadde kkooti. Bw'amala okuba ng'ate abuwadde amannya, agenda kubeera nga naye kkooti agiwa obujulizi obubwe n'ebiki byajjukira ebyaliwo, wabula tagagenda kubeerawo cross examination. Nga bwe nakutegeezezza, ebibuuzo biri, bo abajulizi Okello amannya ge yawaddeyo oba ennamba z'essimu ze yawaddeyo bwe baafunise bazze, bwe bagenda okujja bagenda kujulira ku ki ekyo ekiyinza okwejjeereza Okello mu musango ogw'olunaku ogwaleero. So awo we tugenda okutambulira olunaku olwaleero, era amaaso n'amatu byonna tuyinza okugamba nti tubitunuulizza Gaba, ate kkooti gyegenda okubeera ng'ate etambulira. Emisango bwe giti giyinza okuba nga gibaddewo egyanamya ensi, naye oyinza okugamba nti guno omusango gubadde popular nnyo bw'ogeraageranya n'emisango egy'enyo gye tubadde tulina. Era ndowooza ensonga ya kkooti okuba nga yagibwa mu chambers zaayo n'ereetebwa mu community oba mu open space, kye kimu ku ebyo ekigufudde okubeera popular. Ekyokubiri, ekigendererwa ky'omuntu yenna eyatta abaana ate ngatta emiti emito, nakyo kireetedde kkooti eno okubeera omusango guno okubeera popular. N'ebintu ebirala bingi nnyo omuntu by'ayinza okugenda mu maaso nga ta-identifyinga, by'asobola okutunira n'agamba nti olw'ensonga eno n'eno n'eno omusango guno ndeeteddwa okuba nga ngugoberera. Wabula ate era waliwo abantu nga bo omusango bagumanyi naye nga gwabalema okugoberera olw'ensonga nti nno buli kibadde kigenda mu maaso mu kkooti muno kibadde kibamenya omitima. Abantu abamu bammeeme ennafu, abantu abamu ba mitima minafu, tebaagala kuwulira sayidi ate gye balowooza nti esobola okubaako gwe yalumya. abalala tubadde n'ebintu bingi mu kkooti eno, abantu abamu babadde n'ebyokusaba bingi nga bagamba omusajja mu mutuwe, katumalira budde n'ebifaanaganako bwe bityo. Kyokka n'ebyokuyiga tufunye bingi mu musango guno. Ekisooka, enzirukanya ya kkooti tugitegedde, bwe najja wano nabategeeza ti at least kati bwe twogerera bannayuganda osobola omumubuuza details z'omusango guno n'azigamba, n'omugamba nti ani akulira prosecution n'agigamba, n'omugamba nti ani akulira defense n'amugamba, n'omugamba nti ani omulamuzi ali mu musango guno n'amugamba, n'akugamba nti aha baseesa be bali wanaga amanya sigajjukira naye bali basatu. Kitegeeza nti abantu omusango guno badde bagugoberera. Kati kigenda mu maaso mu kkooti, tulaba okwewuunaganya ku Okello saako ne bannamateeka be, kyonna kyagezaako okubeera ng'ate abategeeza tewali amanyi. Wabula okusinziira ku bubonero obugenda mu maaso mu kkooti, waliwo abadde balowooza nti Okello ayinza okuba ng'ali mu kuwuddiisa wa kitiibwa mulamuzi we lunaatuuka ku lunaku olwaleero, olwo nno yeesuulemu eddalu aleme kubaako kyayogera. Naye okusinziira ku bubonero nga bwe bulabise, ndabiranga ddala Okello ayinza okwogera, era bw'aba agenda okwogera kikyagenda okwogera. Tusooke tugendeko mu kkooti basibo ne bannyabo.
Muwaganya together with Kiza and together with a number of the previous number of counsel on state brief.
On watching brief.
On watching brief, my lord. My lord,
okay, let's have their particulars. Mugabi Loja, and the other one is Busobozibu. Okay, and all the assessors are in court.
And I choose
person is also in court.
My lord, I do pray you receive my apology.
It is okay.
I've been interacting with the witnesses.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
However, we are ready to proceed.
Okay, but yesterday by the time we closed business, your mic is still on, so if you have to make private consultations, you may need to put it off. Okay, I was saying by the time we broke off yesterday, the accused person had told us he intended to give an unsworn statement, but he also gave us particulars of 4 witnesses. Mr. Kumbuga and Ms. Sarah, it is you I'm addressing. He gave us particulars of 4 witnesses, and I want to hear from you. Do you have those 4 witnesses?
My lord, so far you have 2.
Okay, if those 2 witnesses are here, we shall ask them to step out so that we take the evidence of the accused person.
My lord, they are not here.
Okay, that's fine then. Mr. Okello, once again, good morning.
Morning, my lord.
Okay. You said you are going to give an unsworn statement. I'm going to again put down your name. What's your name?
My name, my lord, is Christopher Okello Onyum.
Christopher Okello Onyum. How old are you, Mr. Okello?
I am 39 years old.
Okay, I'm going to read you the charges again, and I want you to listen carefully. This time you're not pleading to them, but I want to refresh your mind so that you know what you're going to defend yourself about. You're charged in 4 counts of murder, and the first count is murder contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. The particulars of this offence are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Center, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Teku Gideon. And like I told you the first day, this means that you intentionally and unlawfully caused the death of this person who was called Teku Gideon. You've understood that count?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. The second count is also a murder count, a murder charge. It's contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act. And the particulars of it are that you, Christopher Okello, knew on the 2nd day of April 2026 at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Keisha again Roth or Tim. This also means that with intention you caused the death of this person called Keisha again Roth or Tim. You've understood that as well?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. The third count is also still a murder count, and it is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. The particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Seryange Ignatius. It also means that you, with intention, you caused the death of Ignatius. This person was called Seryange Ignatius. Have you understood that?
Yes, my lord, I understood that one also.
Okay. And the last one is murder also, and is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. Christopher Okello Onyum, those are particulars, that on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Odeke Ryan. Same thing, that you, with intention, caused the death of this person. Have you understood that?
Yes, my lord, I understood that.
Now I will hand you over to your lawyers to lead you in the preliminaries, and then afterwards you will tell your story uninterrupted.
Mr. Okello, can you tell this honorable court your full name?
Yes, my lord. My name's Christopher Okello Onyum.
How old are you?
I am 39 years old, my lord.
Okay. What work do you do?
I am a farmer, my lord.
Farmer, where do you do your farming work from?
In Noya district.
Okay. Where do you stay before you were arrested? Where were you staying?
My lord, right before I was arrested, I was living in Chanja.
Which village in Chanja?
I do not know. I do not know, my lord, what village that one is.
Is that the only work you do?
Yes, yes, my lord.
Okay. Are you a Uganda citizen?
No, no, my lord, I am not.
So what is your nation you belong to?
My lord, I am an American citizen.
Okay. Before you became an American citizen, did you have another citizenship, either by origin or by birth?
Yes, my lord, by birth, I was Uganda.
Uganda. Okay. Before this honorable court should have read for you 4 counts of murder. Now the court demands that you should give your account about those 4 counts. Can you please begin with the date you were arrested?
That have been abused against you. So you can now start.
Okay, let me get my notes. Can I? Let me get my notes. Can I?
Please, get your notes. Where are they?
In my pocket.
Please. Yes, Mr. Okello, we are waiting for you.
Yeah, yes, my lord. What do you mean by account? Do I first?
No, you had the evidence.
Yes.
Now, what do you say
My defense?
in your defense?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say I believe I am not guilty on the 4 counts. Because I was not intentional, I didn't intentionally cause the death of the 4 children. And I have another explanation. I mean, I could explain in another way the reason that the children passed away. Even although...
Okay, you're going to go slow because I'm writing what you're saying. Make sure I write what you're saying. You could explain in another way.
I could explain how the children died and yet I didn't do so very intentionally. So, I didn't. Oh, okay. So I was going to say, the prosecution produced evidence, including a charge and caution statement and a plain statement, where it was said that I confessed to killing the children deliberately, but my lord, I was going to say that I was made to make that statement by force, and I wasn't allowed to then. I wasn't allowed to raise questions about what they were doing or
That microphone. Does it work? Okay, this is the bridge. What's here?
Nze Okello Christopher Onyo nga nne emyaka 39 era nga ndi mulimi nga nnimira mu disitulikiti y'Enyoya era nga sinnakwatibwa nali mbeera Kyanja. Siri Munnayuganda era nga ndi mutuuze wa America naye nga sinnafuuka mu America nali Munnayuganda okusinziira ku buzaale. Emisango gino ena eginsomeddwa saagizza naye saagikola mu bugenderevu naye kannyonnyole mu ngeri endala engeri abaana abo gye bafaamu naye nga saagikola mu bugenderevu. Oludda oluwaabi lwategeeza nti mu siteetimenti yange nakkiriza emisango egyo ginvunaanibwa naye nga nagikola nga nkakiddwa
yes, madam.
Evidence that has been adduced against you. So you can now start.
Okay, let me get my notes. Can I open
Please, get your notes. Where are they?
in my pocket?
Please. Yes, Mr. Okello, we are waiting for you.
Yeah, I mean by account. Do I first?
No, you had the evidence.
Yes.
Now, what do you say
My defense?
in your defense?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say I believe I am not guilty on the 4 counts. Because I was not intentional. I didn't intentionally cause the death of the 4 children.
Could you please repeat that for me, for my record?
Yeah, my lord, they did not show, they did not make a strong case that I deliberately killed the 4 children, my lord. And it was imperative that they did, my lord. So, here I contend that they said somewhat to the effect that I did so deliberately. But my lord, the defense thinks that taking together all the evidence, that doesn't support the
nakikola mu bugenderevu naye njagala ndeete naye tebaleeta byongera kukakasa nti nakikola mu bugenderevu.
Mr. Okello, you can proceed.
Yeah, my lord, our defense contends that
it's actually not our defense, it is your defense.
My
your defense.
Yeah, that my defense.
Yes, so, yeah. And that's what I am waiting for.
Okay. So, my lord,
oludda olwabi lwasaba nti nsingisibwe emisango eginvunaanibwa emisango 4 egy'obutemu era okusaba kwa bwoko nsaba kuleme kukkirizibwa kubanga tebaleese bujulizi bumala kunnumika era saakikola ekyokutta abo tekyakolebwa mu bugenderevu era ngamba nti bagamba nti nakikola mu bugenderevu naye njagala ndeete naye tebaleeta byongera kukakasa nti nakikola mu bugenderevu.
Mr. Okello, you can proceed.
Yeah, my lord, our defense contends that
it's actually not our defense, it is your defense.
My
your
defense.
defense.
Yeah, that my defense.
Yes, so, and that's what I am waiting for.
Okay. So, my lord, many claims were raised that I was completely fine mentally, and yet, my lord, it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that could have gone undetected, perhaps, and yet contributed or caused the death of the 4 children. So, my lord, defense contends that it may not be concluded yet that I was completely mentally fine to the extent that I could have prevented myself from killing the 4 children. Then
You
another,
can repeat that, please. Repeat that for me.
yes,
Repeat.
prosecution
I
also,
told you to repeat what you said because I needed to record it.
from what point, my lord?
oludda olwabye bayogera bingi nti nali ntegeera bulungi ng'ate waliyo ensonga endala eziraga nti saali mu mbeera yange etegeera obulungi ng'era kyekyaviirako okutta kw'abo abaana abana era mu kwewozaako kwange ŋŋamba nti nali siri mu mbeera ya kutegeera bulungi era ng'ekyo kyali tekinsobozesa kubanga nsobola okuba nga ndeka.
My lord, from what point would you like me to repeat the...
Okay, I wrote that many claims were that I was completely mentally okay, and it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that may have gone undetected that could have contributed to the death of the children. Then there is a statement that you made which I missed. That's what I was asking you to repeat for me.
Yeah, I think that was all. That has to be all for that part.
Okay.
Yeah, moving on.
Please.
Another part of the case, my lord, which deals with the intention, the reason for me killing is that I did it for the riches, and I sacrificed the children, my lord, for that, and I did intentionally.
Could I please get that? Could you please repeat that?
So, my lord, the prosecution's case said that I confessed to killing the 4 children in a ritual sacrifice deliberately for riches, right? And my lord, I have something to say to that. I made the confession. In the charge and caution statement and the plain statement and in other areas, my lord, but I was pressed hard to do so, my lord. I didn't have any choice to say anything else or what I wanted to say, my lord.
oludda olwabi bagamba nti nakkiriza emisango gy'okutta abaana bano abana nga saddaaka okufuna obugagga era nakkiriza nga nteeka mu statement yange eyanjibwako ku poliisi ne mu statement gye baali bamaze okuntegeeza nti byonna byenjogera bisobola okukozesa ng'obujulizi naye bankaka kuba nali sirina kyakusalawo kubategeeza kiki nali nze njagala okubategeeza.
So, my lord, I was coerced to say something that was acceptable to them at the time. Okay, moving on. The prosecution also tendered other evidence to suggest that I was deliberate and four-minded in killing the children, like the file in the flash disk. It was a book about war from China. So that one, my lord, I put that file on the flash disk long ago, but not so long ago, just about the time I came to the country. And I don't think that evidence counts as something against me in the deaths of the 4 children, because I put it there at the time.
You're going to go slow because I'm writing what you're saying. You're saying there was a book?
Yeah, a book.
About war?
Yeah, about war.
And you said you downloaded it long?
Yes, I downloaded it and put it
before you came to the country?
No, I was in the country at the time, my lord. Yes, and I put the flash disk there on the, I put the file on the flash disk in what I thought was the site of them. Really, it was just, I'll contend, my lord, that was done to appease them, to kind of find a way to keep the peace. I was trying to assure them that I'm not interested in fighting them. I would lose, and I would like to lose and just go. So moving on. My lord, prosecution also presented to court other evidence, exhibits, or whatever we call them, that seemed to suggest that I did this deliberately and with forethought. But for example, my lord, there was the beheading video searches. The videos about beheadings by ISIS. There was also the school searches for children, searches for schools that teach young children.
Oludda olwabi lwagenda mu maaso ne luleeta obujulizi nga balaga nti okutta abaana bano nakikola mu bugenderevu, era ne baleeta obujulizi nga flash disk okwali firimu y'entalo mu China. Eyo firimu nali nagiteekako ku flash disk eyo emabega, era nga ndi mu ggwanga lino. Ekitabo ekisoma olutalo mu China, naye nga nali ekitabo ekyo nakiteekako ku flash disk eyo emabega nga ndi mu lutalo, nga ndi mu ggwanga lino Uganda. Ekyo oludda olwabi lwagenda mu maaso ne luleeta obujulizi nga balaga nti okutta abaana bano nakikola mu bugenderevu, era ne baleeta obujulizi nga flash disk okwali firimu y'entalo mu China. Eyo firimu nali nagiteekako ku flash disk eyo emabega, era nga ndi mu ggwanga lino. Ekitabo ekisoma okutemako emiteezo ekyo ekitongole kya ISIS n'okunoonyereza ku masomero. N'okunoonyereza ku masomero g'abaana abato.
Okello, when you finish, you will let me know, because like I told you,
Yes.
when you give an sworn statement, nobody interrupts your conversation. So when you're done, you will let me know and we shall stop.
Yes, when I'm done, I will let you know. That very yeah. So moving on along. Yes, my lord. The video, the school searches, and almost all the other evidence that suggests, my lord, that I did this very deliberately. Was created in the end. I mean, those events happened at a later time when I did in fact make the searches and did those actions, but there was there was factors that were forcing me. I didn't even do so willingly still then. And then it comes to the conclusion of defense, my lord, that I didn't do any of this actually intentionally. I mean, in the legal sense of the word. As I say to my so to summarize the intentional murder section, we're going to say defense doesn't believe. Yeah, I don't. Huh? I don't believe that I did this murder intentionally, as legally defined, and then that's one reason, my lord, why the charges, all the 4 counts, my lord, should not be honored, my lord. So, my lord, I will explain separately or in a different section how I came to think and act that way. I'll explain how or why I believe I was forced to act that way.
Please proceed and explain. I'm
Now?
Yes.
Yes, shortly. It's not going to be very long. The whole defense is very short, but for organization's sake, I think, my lord, we should just keep the order here. Yeah. Okay. So to support this, to support the argument that I didn't do this intentionally as described in this section, we are going to rely on the exhibits that have already been submitted by prosecution. Yeah, and the charge and caution statement, the plain police statement also. So moving on. Here I'm going to in this section I'm going to describe why I was forced to, how I believe I didn't very willingly make the police statements. Yeah, in this section, I believe I'm just going to describe. It's very short. How I believe that I didn't make the police statements and some of the other evidence that is was.
Mr. Okello, that one you said it's already, and I have it on record that
Yeah.
you were forced to.
Yeah, I must. I should describe.
That one I already have it on record. You can now give me something else.
Maybe not, my lord.
Is that all?
No, there's more, but I'd like us to be sure that we have this on record, my lord.
Yes, we do. You said that the prosecution tendered in a plain statement and a confession that you said that you killed, where you confess that you killed the children for wealth or for riches.
Yes.
But you were forced to write that statement and you had no...
I believe that. I believe so. Yeah.
So that one I have it on record.
But I should say here that these are the witnesses I'm going to rely on. And this is the evidence also that I'm going to rely on. That's what I wanted to complete here.
Your witnesses, yesterday we recorded them, and there was a prayer from your lawyers that we shouldn't disclose their identities, and so I don't want you to mention your witnesses.
Okay, my lord. Moving on. In the next section, my lord, I'm going to try to show how it seemed unlikely that I could have conceived even an idea like that. And though it doesn't directly support the arguments that I didn't do it, it can indirectly. We believe so, my lord, that this section could help to support the contention that the accused did not intentionally commit did not intentionally kill the 4 children, my lord. So moving on.
Is that all?
No, we're still moving on. So in this section, I'm going to say the defense contends that the accused.
Yourself, and what is your defense? You are the accused.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to contend that I am a person said to be of generally good moral character, and is also said to be affectionate and kind, and is also very busy, and he's said to be focused on his work, and he's very, very hardworking. Some have said that he's fairly prosperous, maybe by Ugandan standards, and resourceful. And And in light of this circumstantial evidence, it helps, or it lends credit to the argument, my lord, that I couldn't even have conceived the idea, and so maybe alternative explanations could be carefully considered. So moving on.
Let her first interpret.
Waliwo ebyali binsindikiriza okukola naye nga saabikola mu bugenderevu era siyina kye nakola mu bugenderevu mu kuwumbawumba ku kigendererwa ky'okutta. Sikkiriza nti natta mu bugenderevu, y'ensonga lwaki njagala kkooti eno ereme kukkiriza misango gino. Era ngenda kunnyonnyola lwaki ndowooza nti nakakibwa oba nasindikirizibwa okukola ebyakolebwa, era nga okuwagira obujulizi bwange nti saakola byonna byenakola mu bugenderevu, neesigama ku bizibiti ebyaleetebwa oludda oluwaabi. Era ngenda maaso okugamba nti satta baana bano mu bugenderevu aboogerwako abana, era ngamba nti ndi muntu ayogerwako nti nina empisa ennungi, neeyisa bulungi, ndi wa kisa, nkola nnyo era nga ndi wa mugaso nnyo.
Okay. For this circumstantial evidence section, I'm going to complete. I'm going to contend that I had a bright future to look forward to, and I had my parents to look after, and I had what was I thought a very successful business in the making. And so, in light of all of this, my lord, it would seem unlikely that that I could do something like this. And so, to support this section, I'm going to call it a prosperous life. I'm going to rely on evidence from my dad, testimony from my dad. Testimony from my former landlord, and testimony from the people that leased me land in Noya. Also, also on a resume, my lord, in my resume. Okay, in this section, I'll call it clues. It's just also circumstantial evidence. I cannot prove directly, but it's just supporting evidence that could be useful for defense later. And here I can show, maybe it's just circumstantial, maybe it's stronger, but here I try to make an argument, my lord, that I went into some distress. So this is something difficult for me, not something I voluntarily participated in. And something was happening to me that I wasn't really in control of. And maybe, my lord, maybe, my lord, this section also lends credit to the fact that, to the argument, my lord, that I wasn't very deliberate in killing the children. And maybe, my lord, the other evidence could show with more certainty that I wasn't very deliberate in the deaths of the 4 children, my lord. So moving on. Okay.
Nti nayina ebire by'omu maaso ebitangaavu, nayina bazadde bange ab'okulabirira, nti nali mu business man ng'era njolekedde okuyitamu, ng'era n'obulamu bwange bw'omu maaso ndaba nga bulungi. Nina obujulizi obw'okwogerwako obulungi okuva eri taata wange abampangisa ettaka Enyoya, abantu abansemba mu CV yange, era nagenda mu maaso n'okwennyika mu birowoozo oba n'okuba nga ndimu ennyamivu, era nga kino tekyali kirungi gye ndi, era nga saakola kintu kyonna mu bugenderevu, era nga nali sisobola kwebeera bikolwa byange. Saakigenderera okutta abaana bano abana.
So the section is here. I'm going to say from around mid-January up to sometime mid or late March. I entered an especially distressing period. And so, my Lord, I was contending with certain people that I will describe in a later section. And during this time, by the way, the time frame is only approximate. I really can't remember for how long and at the very precise period it began. But I think it was mid early January to around late March, my Lord. So. So, my Lord, I'm going to say here that certain people, they got my attention, and they eventually, you know. How am I going to put this correct? My lords, they somehow began to they began to get accountability from me, legitimate or otherwise. They made increasing demands from me. And I noticed, or they made me notice, that they, you know, they had they had all these capabilities. And so, my Lord, they threatened to kill me. They staked out that neighborhood where I lived. If you know what stakeout means, it means like they will park a car or just stand there and watch where I'm living. There'll be somebody there the whole time watching me. So yeah, they staked out that Bunga neighborhood. Yeah, they began to demand money, cash from me. And there was people that would follow me. They follow me closely. So, my Lord, during this time, I left my home. I fled from that neighborhood for a long time. I Yeah, I left that home, that small single bedroom where I was renting in Bunga, near the trading center. Then I stayed on the street for a while. I lived outside on the street. I didn't want to be in that secluded place too much. So I used to sleep on the street and I didn't go back to the house too much, but that much. I went there only very little, my Lord. So I didn't do too much. I was just on the run. I was out there always on the run or hiding somewhere. So, my Lord, between this period between the January and the March, in the later part, the very late part of this of this episode, I tried to. I tried to, my Lord. I tried to end it some way, somehow. So I tried a few methods. I tried a few ways to to. I tried a few things, my Lord, to bring the whole thing to an end. And I tried to flee. I tried to flee the country. Then, my Lord, I tried to. I tried to. I tried to rob a bank. I tried to rob a bank. Yeah. What? What? Then, my Lord, I tried to, I tried, my Lord, to kill my brother's family. Yeah, I did. I tried to kill my brother's family. I think we're done.
Makati g'omwezi ogwa January oba ogw'olubereberye okutuuka ku nkomerero y'omwezi ogwokusatu nali mu kiseera kya kwennyika birowoozo era nalina abantu be nali nsika nabo omuguwa nga mu kiseera ekyo sisobola ngeraageranya sijjukira bulungi oba gwali ku ntandika y'omwezi ogwa January okutuuka mu mwezi ogwokusatu waliwo abantu abatandika okubaako bye bankozesa era nga balina embalirira okuva gye ndi era balina bye bansaba ebyenjawulo ng'era bingi nakizuula nti balina obusobozi bwonna bantiisatiisa okunzita baalinga bagumba awantu okumpi n'ewange ng'era obudde bwonna bantambulizaako amaaso gye nali mbeera ebbunga era batandika okukanda ssente enkalu era abantu bannondoolanga. Mu kiseera kino nagezaako okudduka era nga nava we nali nsula mu kazigo era akazigo ako ke nali mpangisa ebbunga mu trading center nakaleka ne ntandika okubeera nga nsula bweru ku luguudo era saddangayo eri mu nju yange era naddangayo balirirwe era buli ssaawa nalinga nziruka n'okwekweka. Wakati w'omwezi gwa January n'ogwokusatu nagezaako ebintu ebyenjawulo era nga nagezaako okuba nga nkomekkereza ebintu bino. Nagezaako okudduka mu ggwanga, nagezaako okunyagulula bbanka, nagezaako n'okutta famire ya muganda wange.
Miss Okello, are you still proceeding?
Yeah. Still reading. Okay. And yes, my Lord, that is all for that distress section. For this section, I will rely on evidence from witness testimony. Yeah. Do I need to name witnesses or?
No, you don't name your witnesses. Your lawyers requested that we don't name them.
Okay, fine. We'll see how many witnesses come in. Okay.
Is that all?
No, not yet. Not all of this. This is not all. But we're almost done. Yes, we're almost done, Chris. So this is the last section. I call this section friends. I describe those people, those the adversaries that I bumped into and contended with. So I don't know much about them, my lord. It wasn't very often I saw them. Most of them, but some certain types of these people I saw often, but not every type of person in here did I see often, my lord. So, my lord, I'm going to describe a few types of these people in here. It's just three types of them, actually. So I'm going to describe those and some of the interactions I had with them. So some of them seem to be very young men, maybe even teenagers, but not very young. Late teens, my lord. The younger ones, they wore they wore very new clothes, and they would greet me by my first name, "Hey Chris," and just proceed walking. So an encounter with these ones, my lord, it was just they would come from the opposite direction, and we meet along the path, and then they proceed further down as I proceed ahead, and that's the end of the encounter, my lord. Okay, these last two, I don't know what you mean to say, Chris. No. Let me just proceed to a second. I'm going to put that away. These ones, they drove new cars, very new cars. They were very clean all the time and very well polished. They were modern cars, very modern, very recently made cars. And the people that these people that in this category still they were very well groomed. They dressed very smartly. And my lord, they had radios, walkie-talkies. They were my lord. They were very quiet, and they had a distinct expression on their face. They were always I don't know how I'm going to describe this, but I could say they were perfectly expressionless. Maybe that's how I mean to describe it. And then, my lord, the last of the category, they seemed like everyday people. I could only begin to think that they were part of the others by my interactions with them.
Could you please repeat the last category?
Yeah, the last category. This is the last of the three. My lord, in this category, I'm going to say that that they were not distinct like the others. They seemed like any other person on the street. There was nothing unusual about them.
Mr. Okello, is that all?
I'm about to finish. I could only begin to think, my lord, that they were part of the others, or I could only begin to, my lord, to think that they were all together, or part of the same team by my overall experience with them collectively, my lord. So my lord, I think this is also supporting evidence only, and if witness testimony allows, it could support the witness testimony of the main arguments, and the witness testimony supports the truth of this argument too, my lord. As the defense, I mean, I contend that these friends, as I put it, had something to do with my actions on the second, my lord. So, closing, my lord, I believe that that the honorable court shouldn't honor the prayer for the murder conviction on the 4 counts because the defense contends that because defense contends that there was is it extenuating some circumstances that forced me to act the way I acted on the second? And my lord, court shouldn't. What? Yeah, court should not honor the charges that were brought on me as filed because my lord, they didn't make and support a good, strong argument that I was deliberate. They didn't make an argument, my lord, that I was deliberate, and they didn't support. They didn't support the argument enough, my lord. And so, my lord, defense contends that our prayer should be granted that the charges as filed should be dropped, my lord. Should not be honored. Yes, that's all.
Mr. Okello, is that all?
Yes, my lord, that is all.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Abalabe benasisinkana ngamba nti nalaba abantu ab'enjawulo ng'era abamu nabasisinkana nga balirirwe, abamu nabasisinkana nga nnyo, abamu era sabasisinkanako, naye nga baali babika bisatu benasisinkana, ng'abamu baali bavubuka nga bali mu egyo emyaka egy'ekkumi ng'era baali nga bambala engoye empya ng'era balinga bansinkana nga bwe bansinkana bambuuzaako nga bayogera erinnya lyange erisooka Chris, era nga olumala okumbuuza nga beeyongerayo baavanga gye mba ntunudde nga nabo gye bava nga bambuuzaako nga beeyongerayo makubo gaabwe. Ekika ekyokubiri eky'abantu be nasinkana balinga bavuga emmotoka empya ng'era bambala engoye ennungi nga bavuga emmotoka ezo empya ebika ebipya ebyakafuluma, era abantu bano balinga bambala bulungi nnyo ng'era batambula balina zi radio call ng'era balinga basirifu nnyo n'engeri gye batunula nga yanjawulo. Ekika ekyokusatu ky'abantu be nasinkana bo balabikanga abantu ba bulijjo ng'era tebalina kibaawula ku bantu ba bulijjo, era ngamba nti emikwano gino gye nasisinkana gyakola kinene ku bikolwa bye nakola nga bbiri. Nga nzigalawo nsaba kooti eno ereme kunsingisa misango gino egy'obutemu kuba ngamba nti waliwo bingi ebyetooloolera ku bikolwa byange bye nakolanga ennaku z'omwezi bbiri, era kooti eno nsaba emisango gino egy'okutta egy'envunaanibwa gyenzigibweko kubanga oludda oluwaabi terwaleeta bujulizi bumala nti nakikola nkigenderedde, era nsaba emisango gino gyenzigibweko.
Okay, I want us to take a health break of 20 minutes. And when we come back, we shall listen to the evidence of Mr. Okello's witnesses.
Kooti egenda kuwummulamu kumala eddakiika 2 bwe tukomawo tuwulire abajulizi ba Okello.
Coming back at midday.
Tukomawo ku ssaawa 6:30.
Kale ku same official twongera kubaaniriza ate mu broadcast eno gye twali twalindiridde dda era lumaze ne lutuuka Okello n'agezaako okutusiigira ekifaananyi ekyebyo ng'ebintu bwe byali. Kaakati okugezaako okumenyaamenya ebintu ebimu nga kwebiri ejja kunyamape ku ssimu yange. Ekisooka ebintu Okello by'abadde annyonnyola kkooti bw'obitunuulira bibadde ebitundu nga 65 mu interpretation yange nga byamuweereddwa looya we defense lawyer akumbuga okusinziira ku kika ky'ebintu by'abadde ayogerako n'engeri gy'abadde ayogeramu nga kirabikira ddala nti Okello ebigambo by'ayogera waliwo eyabimuwandiikidde. Ekyo nze observation gye nsoose okulaba. Ekyokubiri, side oba defense egezezzaako nnyo okwewaza Okello okuddayo mu mboozi yonna nga gye yali, kubanga okusinziira ku nteekateeka ng'omulamuzi bwe yagiteeseteese bwe twatandise omulamuzi n'asooka ayanjula buli kimu nga bwe yabadde akyanjudde, yazze ewa defense lawyer akumbuga okungera okuba nga ateekateeka omuntu we. Mu akumbuga bye yakozesezza okuteekateeka omuntu we yamugambye atandikire ku lunaku lwe yakwatibwa, ate ng'olunaku lwe yakwatibwa lwe lunaku abaana bwe battibwa. Kitegeeza nti incidents ezi zonna eziri emabega before Okello bw'akwatibwa ezo tezibadde captured okusinziira mu akumbuga wabadde ayagala kikolebwe. Ekyokubiri, omuntu yadde alowooza nti osanga Okello anaatucreatingira ekifaananyi ekiroyinza okugezaako okutulowoozesa nti osanga waliwo omutemu omulala atali Okello. Naye mu bigambo by'Okello ekisooka okutta akukkiriza, simanyi ba mu bugendere oba mu butali bugenderere, kubanga ategeezezza kkooti nti ekigambibwa nti abaana yabatta ng'agenderedde si kituufu. Teyeegaanye kutta baana naye kyeyeegaana kwe kubatta ng'agenderedde. Era omwo n'agezaako okuleeta ensonga ye z'alowooza nti prosecution obujulizi bwe baaleeta nga baagala okubukozesa okumulumiriza nti bunafu obutamala kukakasa nti nno abaana yabatta mu bugenderevu. Teyeewaddeeko obujulizi nti kubanga kizibu kati nakyo kankigambe, omugwi w'eddalu kizibu okwewako obujulizi nti nali mugwi wa ddalu, era naye asigadde mu suspense ya prosecution teyawa bujulizi oba teyaconsideringa the fact that nti olunaku okutta abaana we kwabeererawo nali mu mbeera ki. So kati Okello tatusiigidde kifaananyi ku byaliwo, lwaki byaliwo, abaana kale wabanga yabatta yali anoonya eki, atuuke okukola ki ekyalowooza nti yakikola nga teyakikola nga yeeyagalidde. Mupozi mu kugezaako okunnyonnyola kyagezezzaako kyoyinza okugamba nti agezezzaako okunnyonnyola y'ensonga lwaki of course ayogedde ku firimu nti firimu za China zibalako nti yali yazidownloadinga dda, but I don't think kijustifying ekimala. Naye maybe ensonga gy'annyonnyodde ki ekimujja ebbunga okumutwala ekyanja mbu banneiba be. Mpulidde nze, of course tuli mu kkooti, tulina omulamuzi alina okuwa okusalawo okwenkomeredde, naye nze mu ndaba yange okusinziira ku ngeri Okello gy'agenda mu maaso okubeera ng'atannyonnyola, mpulira nga tatusiigidde kifaananyi kimala kusobola kukkakkanya mmeeme y'oyo maybe abadde alowooza nti Okello omulimu gw'okugenda mu maaso ngatta maybe akyukadde ku sayidi nti osangako olunaku byamutabukako butabusi natta abaana, kale abadde agenda okusingisibwa ogw'okutta Muteeka Kalaba nti kale bamusibe amayisa. Sikiwulidde. Kaakati nga tutudde mpolampola nga tutunula mu bintu ebimu. Okello ayogedde ebbanga ddene naye ejja kusanganga amakulu ku muntu nga yeetegese bulungi n'eddakiika 15 zibadde zimumala okusobola okujjayo byonna byatunnyonnyodde. We twatandikidde yabadde akumbuga ng'agenda mu maaso okuba nga ate adressinga Okello ku ngeri gy'alina okuba nga ate atambuzaamu. Ddakiika emu nkulageko kakiriipo ako.
Okay, but yesterday by the time we closed business, your mic is still on, so if you have to make private consultations, you may need to put it off. We broke off yesterday. The accused person had told us he intended to give an unsworn statement. He gave us particulars of 4 witnesses, and I want to hear from you. Do you have those 4 witnesses?
My Lord, so far you have 2.
What's your name?
My name, my Lord, is Christopher Okello Onyum.
Christopher Okello Onyum. Okay, I'm going to read to you the charges again, and I want you to listen carefully. This time you're not pleading to them, but I want to refresh your mind so that you know what you're going to defend yourself about. The particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Center, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Eteku Gideon. And like I told you the first day, this means that you intentionally and unlawfully caused the death of this person who was called Eteku Gideon. You've understood that count?
Yes, my Lord. Okay.
The second count is also a murder count, a murder charge. It's contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, and the particulars of it are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Keisha again Roth or Tim. This also means that with intention you caused the death of this person called Keisha again Roth or Tim. You've understood that as well?
Yes, my Lord.
Okay. The third count is also still a murder count, and it is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. And the particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Seryange Ignatius. It also means that you, with intention, you caused the death of Ignatius. This person was called Seryange Ignatius. Have you understood that?
Yes, my Lord, I understood that one also.
Okay. And the last one is murder also, and it is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. Christopher Okello Onyum, those are particulars that on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought you unlawfully caused the death of Odeke Ryan. Same thing that you...
Kale kakati omulamuzi kyasoose kwe kusooka okuddamu okumusomera emisango nga bwe gyali, era ekyo kiyambye Okello okusobola okumanya bw'aba ng'agenda kwewozaako kiki kyagenda okwewozaako, era ebbanga lyabadde mu kkooti n'obujulizi obadde bumuleetebwako ngeri ki gy'ayinza okuba ng'ate yeewozaako. Personally nga bwe nkutegeezezaako nti mpulira nga Okello kkooti eno tagiwadde ekyo kyebadde esuubira oba ekyo kyebadde egwana okusinziira ku bbanga lye tumaze nga tugoberera omusango guno bw'okompeyalinga ne information gy'atuwadde n'engeri gy'abadde agituwaamu. Kunze mpulira nga kibadde kibulamu. Kakati ayogedde ebbanga ddene nnyo nga bwe nkugambye nti Okello ebbanga lyayogeredde bw'okwata kontenti we n'omusamarayizinga, ekisooka ebisinga obwedda abiddamu, ekyokubiri ebisinga obwedda asoma bisome, era okubanga byabadde agira abadde asoma bisome ogenda omaliriza nga abadde atwala obudde bungi okusobola okuderivalinga ebintu ebyo. Kyokka ng'ate wandirowoozezza nti engeri bino ebyogerwako gye biri nti nno byagwa ku ye ng'omuntu, yandibadde byatunyumiza biva off head nga bwe tutera okulaba abajulizi abaki abalala. Katono nnyo, njagala ontwaleko wali wennyini w'atandikira ng'asoma.
Became an American citizen. Did you have another citizenship, either by origin or by birth?
Yes, my lord. By birth, I was Uganda.
Uganda. Okay. Before this court, I've read for you 4 counts of murder. Now the court demands that you should give your account about those 4 counts. Can you please begin with the date you were arrested?
Yes, Mr. Okello, we are waiting for you.
Yeah, I mean by account. Do I press?
No, you had the evidence.
Yes.
Now, what do you say
My defense?
in your defense?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say I believe I am not guilty on the 4 counts. Because I was not intentional. I didn't intentionally cause the death of the 4 children.
Could you repeat that for me, for my record?
That I deliberately killed the 4 children, my lord. And it was imperative that they did, my lord. So, here I contend that
tebaleeta byongera kukakasa nti nakikola mu bugenderevu.
Mr. Okello, you can proceed.
Yeah, my lord, our defense contends that
It's actually not our defense, it is your defense.
My
your defense.
That my defense.
Yes, so, and that's what I am waiting for.
Okay. So, my lord, many claims were raised that I was completely fine mentally, and yet, my lord, it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that could have gone undetected, perhaps.
Owulira omusajja agezaako kusigira ekifaananyi naye ng'ekifaananyi ekyo ate akikusiigira mu second person, kubanga obanga gwe wali alina obuzibu ku mutwe ku lunaku olwo kiba kyangu okugamba nti bannange nalina obuzibu ku mutwe kwolwo olunaku, naye ate akulaga nti kiyinza okuba nga tebadetectinga nti nalina obuzibu ku mutwe, naye ate ng'akyogera mu second person nga looya we. Actually, bw'otunula presentation y'Okello kyandibanga defense lawyer we akumbuga yatidde buti kujja kwogera bigambo bino olw'ensonga nti maybe guno omusango guyina attention ya public. Kati akumbuga n'akwata ebigambo ye yennyini byandibadde yeeyogerera n'abiwa Okello okubyogera, kubanga ebigambo bino singa Okello yabadde abyogera nga biva ku ntobo ya mutima gwe yandibadde abyogera with experience. Nti Oweekitiibwa Omulamuzi olunaku abaana bwe lwafa nali nina obuzibu ABCD, naye omuwulira nga akyogera naye ng'ate akyogera mu second person kyokka ate nga yeeyogera ku ye ng'omuntu. Kambongere.
And yet contributed or caused the death of the 4 children. So, my lord, defense contends that it may not be concluded yet that I was completely mentally fine to the extent that I could have prevented myself from killing the 4 children. Then another...
You can repeat that, please. Repeat that for me.
Yes?
Repeat.
Prosecution also...
I told you to repeat what you said because I needed to record it.
Bw'otunuulira Okello, another observation gy'oyinza okuba nga ate wekkaanya bwe busungu. Omulamuzi bw'amugambye nti nno nziriraamu, ekisooka alina engeri gy'akusizaamu ekikko okulaga nti yeekaanya. Akijjukira oluvannyuma ndowooza okusinziira ku bannamateeka bye baamugambye nti omulamuzi waakubuuza olina okuddamu. Ate eno mu maaso gy'amugambye nti Oweekitiibwa Omulamuzi waŋŋambye nziremu ntya, naye olaba nga waamubuuza alinganga eyeekaanya, alinganga ezivaako. Simanyi obaako yo kkooti ekalabye.
Possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that may have gone undetected that could have contributed to the death of the children. Then there is a statement that you made which I missed. That's what I was asking you to repeat for me.
I sacrificed the children, my lord, for that, and which deals with the intention, the reason for me killing is that I did it for the riches, and I sacrificed the children, my lord, for that, and I did intentionally.
Could I please get that? Could you please repeat that?
So, my lord, the prosecution's case
said that I confessed to killing the 4 children in a ritual sacrifice deliberately for riches, right? And in other areas, my lord, but I was pressed hard to do so, my lord. I didn't have any choice to say anything else or what I wanted to say, my lord. So, my lord, I was coerced to say something that was acceptable to them at the time.
Okello bw'atuuse ku nsonga y'okusaddaaka abaana okusobola okufuna obugagga ategeezezza kkooti nti omulundi ogwo lwe yali mu kkooti baamukaka okubeera ng'ate ayogera ekyo ekisobola okuba ng'ate kisanyusa abaali bagenda mu maaso okubeera ng'ate bamwokya kajjogijogi w'ebibuuzo mu bufunze. Ebyo omusirikale wa poliisi omusawo wa poliisi yajja n'atutegeeza then omusirikale bye yatutegeeza nti ono yennyini yavaayo yennyini ne yeeyogerera nga bwe yalisaddaaka abaana okufuna ebyobugagga. Okello bw'atuuse mu maaso g'omulamuzi amutegeezezza nti nno bino teyabyogera mu kwagala kwe, wabula abaali bamubuuza baamusindiikiriza okubyogera, era singa yali ali mu mbeera esobola okumusobozesa okwogera kye yali agwanidde okwogera mu kaseera ako, ebyo teyandibyogedde. Tweyongereyo.
So that one, my lord, I put that file on the flash disk long ago, but not so long ago, just about the time I came to the country. And I don't think that evidence counts as something against me in the deaths of the 4 children, because I put it there at the time.
You're going to go slow because I'm writing what you're saying. You're saying there was a book?
Yeah, a book.
About war?
Yeah, about
and
war.
You said you downloaded it long?
Yes, I downloaded it and put it
before
up.
you came to the country?
No, I was in the country at the time, my lord. To keep the peace. I was trying to assure them that seemed to suggest that I did this deliberately and with forethought. But for example, my lord, there was there was the beheading video searches. The videos about beheadings by ISIS.
Era nga ndi mu ggwanga lino zinga flash disk okwali
Suggest, my lord, that I did this. So moving on along. Yes, my lord. The video, the school searches, and almost all the other evidence that suggests, my lord, that I did this very deliberately. Happened, was created in the end. I mean, those events happened at a later time when didn't do any of this actually intentionally. I mean, in the legal sense of the word. As I say to my so to summarize the intentional murder section, we're going to say defense doesn't believe. Yeah, I don't. Huh? I don't believe that I did this murder intentionally, as legally defined, and then that's one reason, my lord, why the charges, all the 4 counts, my lord, should not be honored, my lord. So, my lord, I will explain separately or in a different section how I came to think and act that way. I'll explain how or why I believe I was forced to act that way.
Please proceed and explain.
Now?
Yes.
Yes, shortly. No, it's not going to be very long. I didn't do this intentionally as described in this section. We are going to rely on the exhibits that have already been submitted by prosecution. Maybe not, my lord.
Is that all?
No, there's more, but I'd like us to be sure that we have this on record, my lord.
Yes, we do. You said that the prosecution tendered in a plain statement and a confession that you said that you killed, where you confess that you killed the children for wealth or for riches.
Yes.
But you were forced to write that statement and you had no...
I believe that. I believe so. Yeah.
So that one, I have it on record.
But I should say here that these are the witnesses I'm going to rely on. And this is the evidence also that I'm going to rely on. That's what I wanted to complete here.
Your witnesses, yesterday we recorded them and there was a prayer from your lawyers that we shouldn't disclose their identities, and so I don't want you to mention your witnesses.
Okay, my lord. Unlikely that I could have. In the next section, my lord, I'm going to try to show how it seemed unlikely that I could have conceived even an idea like that. And though it doesn't directly support the arguments that I didn't do it, it can indirectly. We believe so, my Lord, that this section could help to.
Kale obwo ebimu ku Okello byasinziirako agenze mu nsonga waki yalowooza nti tagwanidde kubanga omusango guno gumusinga, agenzeeko mu bizibiti ebyaleetebwa, obujulizi obuleeteddwa n'ebintu ebirala bingi nnyo. Kakati katuddeyo mu kitundu ate ekirala okwongera okuba nga ate twetegereza ensonga z'Okello. Ku guno omulundi tuleeta bajulizi Okello baagamba nti basobola okuba nga bamuwolereza mu musango guno.
Protection from you or from this honorable court for purposes of security, his personal security and his family. My Lord, his prayers are that all cameras off, phone is off,
Phones off or cameras on phones?
cameras on phone. So the journalists should not cover him, and he will write down to this honorable court his full particulars on the piece of paper that will be shared by all the attorneys on both sides. My Lord, if it pleases you, this is the way he wants to dress while he is in court. 1, to put on a mask. And also, may it please you that he gives his testimony while his head is covered with a cape. I pray so, my Lord.
Prosecution, do you have any problem with that?
My Lord, we have no objection to the protection of the personal identities of the defense witness as far as publication of his images is concerned.
Okay, the prayer to protect this witness is granted. The identity of the witness in terms of his names and other personal information shall not be disclosed to the public. The media or any other individuals are prohibited from taking the pictures or photographs of the witness. Their cameras should therefore be put off. And the witness is also permitted to testify while wearing a mask and a cape on his head. Mr. Kumbuga, let's have the witness.
Kakati omujulizi w'Okello omwazze wabula akoze nga Hashimu bwe yasaba n'agamba tebamutunuzaamu kamera, ekifaananyi kye tekikubwa mu mawulire ne feesi ye ebikkibwe. Era ebyo n'Oweekitiibwa Omulamuzi abikkirizza. Kakati tujja kufuna ddoboozi kye twagala okuwulira, bujulizi ki bw'alina. Awo tuba tugenda. Katandise nnyuma kati. Katandise nnyuma. Tugende ku bujulizi kati.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor.
You're most welcome. Please write your name on some piece of paper. Your name, your age, and your religion, and where you live.
I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give attaching the matter before court shall be the truth, nothing but the truth. Thank you.
We are here on the matter before court about the death of the children at Gaba community while they were at school. But before I ask you about that, do you know this person before you?
Yes, I do.
What's his name?
His name is Onyum Christopher Okello.
To be precise,
he's my brother.
it's your brother. Is it same father and mother?
Same father, same mother.
Who is older?
I'm older.
Okay. Before you came to this court, information has been cutting through this evidence about the health status.
My Lord, I object to that line of leading. That's a leading question.
Objection sustained.
My Lord, let me reply to this objection first.
My Lord, he can't overrule court. The court has given a ruling. I don't think it's right for him to continue making submissions on it.
My Lord, if we are to invoke Article 28, okay, tell this court about the challenges about your brother.
That is also leading, my Lord. The witness has not talked about any challenges. My Lord, that would be leading.
My Lord, at this point, look at the evidence of the accused himself. Didn't he talk about the challenges?
Which challenges?
About his mental status.
He said he was distressed between January and March.
Okay. So I want you to talk about that.
About what? Don't lead him. Don't ask leading questions.
My Lord,
You can ask. You know what you can ask that can give
okay,
the
tell us
answer,
about
the
your
answer
brother.
that you want. You know what you can ask that will
My
give you
Lord,
the answer that you want.
my Lord, let him tell us about he knows his brother. From there, I will catch up with other things.
Ask the question.
Sir, can you tell us about your brother before this matter happened?
Before this matter, maybe I'd ask for guidance. Where would I even start? Considering...
kindly, is your brother, you can begin from childhood up to today.
No, Mr. Kumbuga. We are dealing with a 39-year-old man. Are you telling him to start from when he was a child until now? I think you are specifically interested in a few things, so guide him through what you want.
My lord, I don't know what is happening right now, but the evidence came here in court about the health challenges as faced from 2016 to 2025. But that's the same information that the prosecution doesn't want me to say. It is on court record. So how will I lead him if they don't want me to mention about any evidence on court record?
No, can you ask the questions independent of what is on the record? Can you ask and get what you want?
My lord, I should ask him about what is on court record.
Okay, ask. But if it is out of place or out of order, I will not allow it. Help you?
Mr. Sir,
Yeah,
evidence came here.
First talk to Mr. Okello. His hand is up.
Can you tell court what you have come to tell court?
No, he was summoned as a witness for the accused person. So he did not offer himself to come. You, as the defense lawyer, you should be able to guide him on what the accused person has instructed you to ask him.
My lord, exactly what we discussed is on court record, and it's not a secret, and that's where I want him to begin from.
Can you ask the question?
Okay. Can you tell court about the health status of your brother?
Please go ahead and answer that question if you know.
In 2020, I got to learn that he had been admitted to Butabika Hospital. And on following up, I wasn't able to get exact details, and eventually went to Butabika directly. And it's at that point that I learned.
Sir, you're going to go slow because we are writing. You said you got to learn that he had been admitted at Butabika, then on following up?
Yes.
Following up, what happened?
So when I followed up, I went physically to Butabika, and it was there that I was able to learn that he had been admitted there following an incident that had happened.
So while he was in that hospital, Tabika, what exactly happened?
I was informed that
by who?
By the medical staff there at the time, that he was being held there for because of what had happened. And
what is that?
They did not give me the details at the time of what had happened leading up to him being put at Butabika.
How long did he stay there?
I was there it was about January, and I'm not certain as for how long he had been there. However, I had begun trying to look for him as early as December, the previous month. So I'm not very certain as to how long he had been there.
Okay. That kind of
okay, we have to take down what he's saying. You're not certain for how long he had been there, but you had started looking for him the December of the previous year.
That is correct.
That would be 2019.
That would be 2019.
2019. Okay.
Okay. So what did the doctors tell you?
They informed me that the details of what had transpired and why he was there was they could not discuss with me, in spite of me having mentioned that I was the brother.
Avunaanibwa mumanyi era nga ye Onyom Christopher Okello era nga muganda wange, tuva maama omu ne taata omu era nga nze mukulu we. Mu mwaka gwa 2020 nakimanyako nti yali atwaliddwa mu ddwaliro ly'e Butabika era oluvannyuma lw'okulondoola nawe gendayo ku ddwaliro ly'e Butabika era lwe nakizuula nti ddala yali aweereddwa ekitanda eyo mw'eryo eddwaliro oluvannyuma lw'ebyo byali biguddewo. Nabuuza abasawo mu ddwaliro eryo okuntegeeza ku biki ebyali biguddewo naye era tebannyinnyonnyola wadde nga nali mmaze okubategeeza nti nali muganda we. Naliyo mu mwezi gwa January era simanyi bbanga lyenkana kiri yali amazeeyo naye nga nze nalina ntandika okumunoonya mu Desemba w'omwaka 2019 era bantegeeza nti ebingi ebimukwatako baali tebasobola kubintegeeza wadde nali mbannyonnyodde nti ndi muganda we.
Okay, that challenge that took your brother to Butabika, do you have any history in your family?
Challenge is that?
My lord, okay.
Because we need to know the history you want.
Much obliged, my lord. A police surgeon came here that your brother.
I am
my lord.
I'm constrained. I'm constrained. Not that, my lord, we want to suppress whatever evidence that our land brother wants to bring out. But, my lord, we have rules on how evidence in chief is led so that it comes out naturally from a witness without counsel appearing to suggest the line of answers. My lord, we pray that we be understood so that we are all at peace.
I agree with you because when Mr. Okello was speaking to us earlier on, he didn't mention anything like that. So he would not be the right person to talk about it, and when you're using this evidence. So you can...
Honorable Court, your brother reason that took him to Butabika?
You see, even the witness said the doctors did not tell him. So we do not know, right now, we do not know what challenge it is. And I think that is what you should be interested in getting.
My lord, since it has come to the knowledge of court, before even this witness came, let me make this humble application.
You want to make an application in the midst of the evidence of the witness?
Yes, my lord.
Okay, let's proceed with your application, please.
My lord, this application is brought under Article 28 of the Constitution, the doctrine of fair hearing. And Section 46 of the Trial on Indictment Act.
Se-
46. My lord, briefly it states.
No, don't. We shall read, but just what is your prayer or your application?
My application is that the doctors of Tavika should come to this court. Since from the prosecution evidence, it is on record that he was there.
Can we please bring the context?
Yes, my lord.
Please, let's
According to PF 24, my lord. That he has that history. Under this section 46, there should be an inquiry about the health status of the accused before this honorable court. 2, to come actually tell this court whether it is true the accused has ever been in this hospital for people with mental challenges. I do believe and submit that it is the quest for justice that has brought us here all. This government institution shall be able to tell us in case he was their client at a certain time in life, his health status, and also they will be able to tell us whether as of now is capable of following the proceedings. And to be put on his stand, much as he has finished. Thank you, my lord.
Do you have a specific doctor you would like the court to call?
My lord, this information came from both police file during evidence.
No, now you are doing your defense because you have to guide the court. Because if you say, first wait, if you say that I should tell the doctors of Butavika to come, who do I call and who do I leave there?
My lord,
I need your guidance.
My lord, if any order is made with the administrative staff of Butavika, they will search for records to find out who exactly dealt with him, and they will be able to address court in case there is that information.
Okay, do you have the time frame, the period that they should look for?
My lord, in the wisdom of this court, I do not have powers to order Utavika. It will be the court
No,
order
I'm
to
asking,
give the
you are the
time
one who
frame.
wants the information, and I'm asking you, I should give an order that is clear.
The order should state whether this person has ever been in Utavika hospital as a client.
Okay, fine. Let me hear from the prosecution if you have any reply.
My lord, I'm continuing. And which doctor exactly examined? And that in case he's a client, he was a client, they should assign a specific doctor to come and address this honorable court. I pray so, my lord.
Any reply from the prosecution?
My lord, can I have about 2 minutes?
Please.
To
Please.
be ready to... We are ready, my lord.
Please proceed.
My lord, we find the application by the defense is strange at this stage. Strange because
You're going to go slow, please.
strange because it is being made in the middle of a defense witness well after the accused has fully given his defense and without any convincing background arising from the witness on the stand. My Lord, the section 46 of the TIA that is being quoted addresses.
So would you like to sit in the meantime?
Yeah, sure.
Please, you can be seated.
My Lord, that section 46 is concerned with capacity of the accused to stand trial. Or give his defense. And my Lord, for avoidance of doubt, my Lord, allow me to read subsection 1 of section 46. My Lord, in this section it is provided that when in the course of a trial, the High Court has reason to believe that the accused is a person suffering from mental illness and consequently incapable of making his or her defense, it shall inquire into the fact of such mental illness. An application under this section, my Lord, should be brought before the accused's defense. And not after. My Lord, capacity to stand trial has been defined by this High Court before. And you will allow me to persuade your Lordship by the decision of your learned brother, His Lordship, Justice Stephen Mubiru, in miscellaneous criminal application number 9 of 2017. It's a case of Amaka Geoffrey versus Uganda. Where the import of the present section 46, it was 45 then, was interpreted, and the court on page 5 of the ruling held that a person will be found capable of standing trial person will be found capable of standing trial where he is able to do one or more of the following. My Lord, the first is understand the nature or object of the proceedings, in a sense that he is able to understand that he is in a courtroom, in a sense, my Lord, that is able to understand that is in a courtroom, recognize the people in the courtroom, for example, the judge, the state attorney, his advocate, and why they are there. Number two, understand the possible consequences of the proceedings. The example that is given, my Lord, is to understand what he is charged with, what kind of pleas to enter, and is i.e. guilty or not guilty, if he can understand what can happen to him if he pleads guilty, or what can happen if he does not tell the truth in court. My Lord, the third parameter that is used to assess capacity to stand trial is if the accused is capable of communicating with his advocate, if he's capable of communicating with his advocate in the sense that he is able to take part in his own defense. He is able to take part in his own defense and tell his advocate, even in basic terms, what he wants to do with his case. My Lord, on page 6 of the ruling, His Lordship further held that the test of fitness to stand trial only requires that a person has basic understanding of their legal problem. That the test is not whether they actually know their legal situation. But whether they are able to understand the concepts involved and to communicate the basic facts about their case. His Lordship further quoted in quoting the authorities of R versus Pritchard. My Lord, Pritchard is Pritchard. It is cited at 173 ER at page 135. Among others, my Lord, he quoted more than that, but my Lord, we are providing the authority to quote. Emphasized that capacity is the central concern. Which means that the bar for determining fitness is actually set quite low. His Lordship emphasized, as provided, my Lord, in the quoted authorities, that there are two separate questions. Whether the accused is able to understand and plead to the indictment against him, whether the accused is able to understand and plead to the indictment against him, and whether he would be able to take an effective part in the trial. And my Lord, the court held further that it is for the court to decide this and not doctors. This question of capacity, my Lord, is for the decision of court, not doctors. And that the medical evidence should be considered as part of the evidence in the case and not as the sole evidence on a freestanding application. Let's provide this already. Counsel, did you get this? So did we pass this copy? Oh, okay, great. So, my Lord,
Mr. The lawyer is making submissions, so let's first give him an opportunity to submit, and if there is anything you may need to communicate, you can communicate it later.
So, my Lord, by subsection 1 of section 46, there are two observations that we want to make. One, that the application is being made belatedly. And so to speak, technically overtaken by events. But my Lord, even if it had been made prior to the commencement of the accused's defense, there is nothing to show on record or even by evidence that the accused before your Lordship is incapable of appreciating any of the set parameters used to determine capacity for standing trial. It is even worse, my Lord, that this application is being made in the middle of a witness, in the middle of a testimony of a witness, in the middle of the testimony of a witness who says he was never availed any reasons as to why his brother was in Butabika. So, my Lord, if court is to agree with our position on subsection 1, then subsection 2 will equally be, of section 46 will equally be inapplicable. And even subsection 3, because again, my Lord, let me just read subsection 3. It provides that if as a result of the inquiry, my Lord, subsection 2 is if court has any reason to suspect that the accused is incapable of standing trial, then it can make the inquiry. But under subsection 3, my Lord, if as a result of the inquiry, the court is of opinion that the accused is of an unsound mind and consequently incapable of making his defense, it shall, then the consequences follow, my Lord. So we are submitting that in the absence of any evidence, my Lord, that the accused before you is incapable of following the proceedings of this trial, then this section 46 cannot be invoked. Finally, we want to observe that the prayer from our learned brother for the defense is of a generic nature some sort of fishing expedition, it lacks specificity as to what exactly this court should do and in respect of which person. My Lord, if you asked, our honest view is, as we perceive the prayer by the defense, it's a mechanism to sort of look for or fish for evidence that they are not sure about. Secondly, the defense, with due respect, misquotes the import of the information on Police Form 24. As tendered by PW 11 in Prosecution Exhibit 7. The reference to the possibility of the accused ever having been at Butabika, my Lord, the witness was clear, was evidence or information given by the accused. It's not a finding of that witness. But most importantly, my Lord, again, the defense is seeking to establish, for this court
to help them establish whether or not
the accused has ever been at a mental health hospital called Butabika. My Lord, the legislature never intended that Section 46 be used for purposes other than ascertainment of the current capacity of the accused to follow court proceedings. It was not meant to address matters in the history and with due respect, my Lord, the import of this section should not be expanded to address unintended parameters. We therefore submit that the application is misplaced and unsustainable, not just at this stage, but also in the manner in which it has been raised. We pray that it be dismissed.
Mr. Kumbuga, do you wish to make any rejoinder?
My Lord, this section begins by saying, in the course of trial, the High Court has reason to believe. I will end at that. I go to another point. It also, the backbone of the application was
The whole of it? Can read the whole of it. Subsection 1 of 46.
the High Court has reason to believe that the accused is suffering from mental illness.
Read.
And consequently incapable of making his or her defense, shall inquire into the matter.
Thank you.
My purpose was to bring to the attention of court about the question of law during trial. And the backbone came from the witness that his brother has ever been in this mental facility. So, my purpose of bringing this question of law was to uphold the constitutional article 28(1) of fair hearing. But I will be pleased for this honorable court to take any direction.
Is that all?
Yes, my lord.
Okay, I'm standing over this matter to 3 p.m. I got to prepare the ruling on this issue.
Kkooti eyimiriziddwamu mpaka ku ssaawa 9 ew'ensala yaayo ku kusaba kuweereddwayo.
awo oba nedda tukomone details nga bwe zibadde naye kaakati katumale owummulamu katono tukomewo live yaffe egenda kubanga edda